me ask y'all something real quick. When was the last time you posted something and then immediately checked to see who liked it? You posted it, you refreshed it again, and then you pretended like, I know because I've been there. But the thought hit me one day. Jesus doesn't chase likes. And that changes how I think about faith, validation, and how we show up in the world. Welcome to Life in Jesus, Life with God. This is where we talk about real life, walking with Jesus in it. And if you're new here, I'm LaShonda, and I thank you so much for helping to build this community. If this space is one that you find and take solace in, you're able to breathe and reflect, welcome. I appreciate your support, and let's stay connected. So today we're talking about why Jesus doesn't chase likes and what that means for us. Because whether we admit it or not, likes can start feeling like approval, and approval can start feeling like worth. So Jesus addresses this quietly but firmly. I'm going to break this down into 6 reasons why Jesus doesn't care anything about likes. Reason number 1, Jesus never needed crowd validation. Let's start here. Jesus had moments when he was in the crowds, and clearly they loved him. But he also had moments when they walked away. So in John 6, it says, people stopped following him when his teachings got uncomfortable. And Jesus didn't just chase them down like, hey, come back, wait. No, he was rooted in the truth. He didn't change because the crowds changed. Reason number 2, Jesus knew who he was. Before Jesus did anything public, before he did any miracles, before his ministry, God had firmly established that this is my son whom I love. That's Matthew 3. His identity was settled way before his visibility. And when you know who you are, you don't need constant confirmation. Reason number 3, likes can distort motive. Jesus was very clear about this. So in Matthew 6, he talks about people doing things specifically to be seen. He basically says, if applause is what you're after, that's all you're going to get. And Jesus didn't move based on applause. He moved clearly based on his assignment. That's a word for somebody who's starting to edit themselves strictly for approval. Reason number 4, Jesus served. Jesus did not perform. So he was in the healing business. Jesus clearly healed people who couldn't repay him. He served people that he would never see him again, right? But he clearly wasn't looking to be the performer in the room. Mark 10 says, the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve. So serving doesn't always get likes. It just changes lives. It's not there for performance. Reason number 5, Jesus valued obedience over popularity. Now, there were moments when Jesus could have made things easier by saying what people wanted to hear, but he didn't. He chose obedience over being liked. And that's hard for some of us, especially when we live online 24/7. But Galatians chapter 1, verse 10 asks the real question. Am I trying to please people or God? So I'm editing the episode and I realize my microphone cuts off before I can get to reason number 6. But that's okay because I came back to give you reason number 6 why Jesus doesn't care about likes. Jesus trusted God with the outcome. Jesus planted seeds and walked away. Some people received it, some people didn't, but he trusted God with the outcome. And that's freeing because when you stop chasing likes, you start walking in peace. Scripture gives us an anchor. In Colossians chapter 3, verse 23, it says, "Work willingly at whatever you do as though you were working for the Lord." Not the crowd, not the comment section, not the algorithm, the Lord. So let me ask you this gently. Where have you been looking for affirmation that God already gave you? In closing, remember this: Jesus doesn't chase likes, and you don't have to either. Stay rooted, stay honest, and we're walking this out together. Life in Jesus, life with God.